Alright, so we're going to talk about my nursing school journey over the past 4 years with some pictures and videos. So starting out is my decision to come to Worcester State. So I didn't decide to come here until after I came to accepted student stay. I knew the nursing program was great, but I just felt so comfortable at the school. I just knew it was a great fit. And then obviously it's not official until everybody in the family has a shirt. So here's a photo of everybody in Worcester State gear. And then next is move-in day. So me and my roommate were both nursing majors, which I wanted, so we're on the same schedule. Here's some photos of me and my family during move-in. My dad still to this day says I pack way too much, but I like to be prepared. Next is classes. So freshman year, these are some pictures of some of the friends I made and us in class. First one is me and Zaria in our 3-hour chem lab, which that was traumatic, honestly. Chem is really hard, not my strong point. And a 3-hour lab was just a lot to take in freshman year. And then the middle is me and Teresa. We used to do some TikTok sometime in the morning before anatomy class because it was so early in the morning. So this would just kind of get us hyped for the day and everything. And then the other photo is me taking a selfie with a skull, I guess. Anatomy lab was fun, so I must have just thought it was funny. But that was me in anatomy lab. Moving on is the countless hours I spent studying, whether it was in the library with my friends, in my room with my friends, drawing on whiteboards. I was studying a lot. Even on the weekends, I'd be studying for exams. So that was an experience. This is a short little clip video of me laughing and crying, I guess, which I guess is a perfect view on how nursing school is. You gotta laugh, but you're gonna cry. This is a photo I took like the day before we went home for spring break, and then when COVID hit. But basically, me and Julia had just gotten our Worcester State nursing jackets, so it was the first time we got like Worcester State nursing gear, so it started to feel real after this. It was unfortunate that COVID hit and we got sent home, but this is the first time I tried on my scrubs, so because of COVID, unfortunately, I didn't go in person to try the scrubs on, and the scrubs I ordered, they gave me a size too big because they ran out, I guess. So, I just had to tie my pants the last 4 years really tight, but it was fine. It felt really official when I got to wear them, so I was super pumped. Next, I'm going to talk about COVID. So COVID was super unfortunate. All classes were online my sophomore year. So because of this, I decided to stay home. And because I decided to stay home, I also got a part-time job waitressing because, I'm home, I need to make money. So I did that. It was a little stressful, but definitely nice to be able to make money while I was working in school. And then the photo below is me outside. So one of the nice things about having classes online was I could do class outdoors. Even if it was class time, I could go outside, enjoy the weather, and still do class, which was something nice. I kind of miss it sometimes. And then this is just a photo of all my cousins and my sisters and my grandparents. So basically just emphasizing the fact that I was home the entirety of sophomore year, which it was tough mentally and it was stressful because nursing school was online. But honestly, looking back, I'm glad I was able to spend more time with my family and do things for, go to my little brother's birthday party. It's just a lot I couldn't have done compared to if I was at school. So I try to look back on the positives for that. This is just a small short video of me trying to listen to lung sounds. And then this is also a short video of me not being able to stay awake through the day. I would just fall asleep at all random times because I was so tired from studying. Moving on, this is me and Julia practicing for health assessment. Me and Julia were both home during COVID, so we would practice health assessment at each other's houses from time to time. We were lucky enough to be able to sign up for 1 or 2 in-person labs to practice and make sure we were on the right track with everything. So these are just some photos of us with practicing health assessment. This is us immediately after health assessment. We were so pumped because we passed, because going into that we were literally terrified. Moving on, so clinicals happened over the summer sophomore year because of COVID. So this first picture is my clinical group that I was in at Sterling Village, first clinical group ever. It was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. The middle picture is me just driving with I'm not driving in it. It's me in my car parked after I had just gotten to clinical at 6 in the morning. With all my windows down because it is summer, so it's super nice and warm. And then the next photo is just in one of the in-person labs we had practicing some skills. And then junior year hit and we were back to in-person classes, so that was exciting. Even though we had to wear masks, I was able to see everybody. We were back to learning in person. It was nice. There's me and Julia in the second row waving. And then these are just a couple selfies me and Julia would take during class because we always sit next to each other when we had the same rotation. And then these are some photos of just the early wake-ups I would have to do for clinicals junior year. We were in full swing. Clinicals were early in the morning. I had to get used to waking up early. And for those of you who know me, I do enjoy my sleep, so this was difficult. Next is just some photos of lab. So me and Maddie practicing some skills. And then the next photo is my lab group in sim lab doing an OB sim. I believe it was labor and delivery and the patient hemorrhaged, so we definitely learned a lot that lab. It was stressful. Moving on, just a couple random photos from junior year. Top corner is me just in my scrubs, probably going to clinical. And then me, Julie, and Teresa, we taught CPR to some middle schoolers for an event that the school held. And then in the other top right is the big sim lab project that my group did on Vietnam, which was fun. Junior year, I lived in the library. I was there every day studying countless hours. I don't know what else to say besides I lived there. Me and Julia would be there every day. It was stressful, but it was fun. The library is a good time. Unfortunately, junior year was filled, honestly, nursing school as a whole was filled with a lot of tears. I've never cried so much in my entire life these past 4 years. Nursing school is no joke. It's stressful. It's a lot, and you're gonna have to let out some tears, but it's okay. Junior year clinical, I did pass out and get a concussion. Had to go to the emergency room on a stretcher, all that fun stuff. I was wearing a claw clip when I passed out and hit the ground. So fun fact about me, I've never worn a claw clip to clinical after that because that really hurt. Turned out I was fine though. I was just dehydrated. I didn't eat enough before clinical. So this next photo is me proving to people that I now do eat breakfast and drink water before I go to clinical because I understand the importance of having a good meal and staying hydrated before I strain myself at clinical. And then this slide is kind of just showing the importance of having friends and keeping a balance in nursing school. Even though it was super stressful, you still have to enjoy yourself. So whether it's going out to dinner, hanging out with your friends, I'd also go to the gym a lot. It's just something that was like a stress relief for me, and I think it's super helpful because you need a balance in nursing school. In addition to my parents and my siblings would come visit from time to time. This next slide is me getting my first job in healthcare. I became a clinical assistant at Boston Children's Hospital on the medical intensive care unit. So these photos are just me trying on some scrubs that aren't navy blue anymore, me working night shift, and then the hospital was voted the best children's hospital, so they gave us cupcakes, so that was fun. I've learned so much there, and I'm so thankful for the experience. I still work there now. I pick up whenever I can. These are just more photos of me at work. We have a rooftop garden, and that's where I take my breaks. I relax. I go up there. I've even napped out there before. It's so nice to get some fresh air in a long 12-hour shift. So I'm just so thankful for the experience I've had there, and I absolutely love it there. And then senior year, I guess I took no photos at all. So here are some photos from lab, the triage lab, and then the Narcan lab. And then this other photo is me, Sarah, and Julia playing Jenga in leadership to see what type of leaders we are. But yeah, I guess I have no photos from senior year. Because I have no photos, I figured I would just take a quick selfie of me actively working on the project. So here's me working on the project. And then kind of just ending it off, I just wanted to give a little shout out to everybody that has supported me these last 4 years. I think it's so important to have a good support system throughout nursing school because it is honestly the hardest 4 years I've ever gone through. So these are just some of my closest friends that have made nursing school worth it and supported me throughout the way, and I'm so glad I have all of them. And then moving on, just another part of my support system is my family members. So I have my dad, my stepmom, my 2 sisters, my brother, my aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, my cousins. Like, they're all so supportive of me, and they always know how to make me smile. So I just wanted to give a shout out to them, especially my aunt and uncle. Sophomore year, I basically lived at their house because they're both nurses, and they would help me study every single day before all my exams because I was so stressed out. So little shout out to them. And then lastly, just my probably biggest support system is my boyfriend. He helped me through these last 4 years, kept me sane. He is so helpful. He's encouraging. Honestly, the best support person I could ever imagine having. I'm so thankful for him. I don't know if I would have been able to go through nursing school without him. So just a little thank you for him as well. And yeah, that's my 4 years of nursing school at Worcester State, and I'm so grateful and happy I've made it this far, and I'm excited to be done. Congrats, everyone.